Hello, YouTube model building community. This is Jim with Styrene Monkey. I just wanted to get a latest update on a build I had on the bench. This is another completion for 2023. As you can see here, this is the 32 Ford Roadster, which has, of course, the new tooling. That is correct. It has new tooling because there are some things in here that are different. You're going to have a lot of extra parts left over. Part of this kit is off the Stacy David kit by Revell. Some of the stuff in there is things you won't be using on this build. You could if you wanted to, but you're going to have a lot of stuff left over, and there's some things on here that that won't have to try to figure out because it's not really good on the instructions. Some of the instructions, some of the areas are not too clear. And I'm going to tell you about some of the difficulties of this kit. So let's get this out of the way, and let's bring in the actual build. Let's get this lined up here so we can see this correctly. There we go. Okay, let's just start off by saying this convertible top that is on this build is not in the kit. I bought this aftermarket on Facebook, as a matter of fact. There was a gentleman on there selling these convertible tops for the 32 Ford Coupes and for the 29 Roadsters. They're about $8 a piece. I don't know the gentleman's name right now, but I will figure it out before I post the video, and I'll post it down below where you can get these. The guy delivered them really quick. I had them within 3 to 4 days after ordering through him, through the PayPal. But anyway, moving forward, this top I did not glue on. I left it where I could take it on and off, and makes it a little easier. You can see the inside. But let me explain one thing I was saying. This kit is not for the beginner builder. Yeah, the chassis is not too hard. The body's not too hard. It's this stinking windshield that's right on here. This whole windshield is not conformed to this body here, the front panel, cowl panel here on the front. This part of the windshield, it is conformed, but you have to push it down to get it to contour to the body of the front cowling here. And when you let go of it, it just springs right off. It comes right off. So you have to pin this thing to the body. Tom White with Rambler 69, he did a little explanation. I called him on the phone and to get him his advice about how to get this thing built, because it's not for the faint of heart. You're going to have to get a drill bit, real small drill bit, and drill into the body, and then you have to drill into this lower part of the windshield at an angle, as a fact. I used, let's see if I can get this in here. I used these brass rods that I got, 0.5 millimeter. They're really small, then they're soft, so it's not too bad. If I can get my hand on it here, it's not too bad. You can maneuver them, you can bend them a little way, but they do still have some rigidity. And what I did first is that I drilled it at an angle with the drill bit I had by the hand pin vise, at an angle into this side of the windshield, in the middle support, and the outer support. Once I got the pins in there, I went ahead and laid it on top of the body, and I kind of maneuvered it back and forth to get my guides of where to drill the holes into the body. This thing is the biggest pain out of this kit right here, is this whole windshield. Also, once I got the windshield in, the plastic did not contour to the actual fit of the windshield. It was more of a flat surface, so I had to get a hair dryer and get it heated up as much as possible, and little by little, very carefully, bend this thing to the windshield, because it is a not easy task to get that to get on there. So I don't know how many of these you're going to see at shows, because I don't think a lot of people would figure it out. I mean, I'm sure you could, and it's not that hard, but it's not for the faint-hearted. I used this glue, as a matter of fact. This is the Super Gold thin. It's good for foam and clear plastic. I had to use some kind of a clamp. I had these small clamps, and I glued it in the center support here, right in the center support area. And then I used one of these clamps to put pressure on it and to hold it in place. And then once that dried, I went ahead and tacked up the sides and the top and the bottom, left it for a full day to dry. But that is about the hardest thing out of this kit. Another thing on this kit also is that when you go to install, I had a problem. I don't know if anybody else has had this problem, but this top radiator hose, it does not quite reach the lower manifold here. It's kind of got like a 1/16 of an inch gap. So you can connect it here first, but it's going to kind of float off the end of this manifold here. And the other little tricky thing is here is when you go to glue this exhaust on here, that this bottom piece, there's a hole in the bottom of this exhaust. You got to get this lined up at the same time you're trying to glue this. So it does take a little bit of a circus act to get all three of these holes lined up, along with this hole down here on the bottom. Let's see if I can pick this thing up here. There was some decals that came in there for the seat buckles. I just went ahead and did that. I was getting to the point where I was getting a little frustrated with dealing with this anymore after getting all the paint and polished on here and whatnot. And I just said, well, what the heck? I went ahead and used the decals that were in the kit. Not too bad. It's going to have the convertible top on it anyway. And yeah, all in all, the chrome on here, let's talk about that. The chrome that's on this kit, boy, is it tough. I tried to strip it off these exhaust here. And the exhaust manifold and everything else, I dropped it in bleach. Usually that's what I used, or super purple, or break. It did not want to come off. I had to actually, I even tried oven cleaner, and usually I use that to get it off. And I don't know if it's the nickeling or whatever they have on there. It is super thick. So I had to use my X-Acto knife to get this thing scraped off so I could paint these, because I just wanted to make them look a little bit more natural. These are the wheels that come in the kit. They're not bad. I was trying to use something else, but the way it pins onto the axles did not work for me, so I had to go ahead with the wheels that came in the kit. Like I said, I was getting to the point where I wanted to finish this up. I've been working on it for over a month. And the paint I used on this is the Alclad Candy Red. That's what I used on here. It looks a little bit more redder in person than on the video. It looks almost orangey kind of color right now, but it is candy apple red. It's got about, I put the Alclad polished aluminum as the base, and then I went ahead and put this down, about 2 coats of this to get this. You can put it down as heavy as you want, it just gets darker. But that's the latest build I got for this, and I hope what I pointed out to you will help you complete this build, because it is a nice little kit. It's not bad. I think I paid about $28 for this thing. These model kits have been getting very pricey lately. And yeah, that's what I came up with. You guys can let me know what you think. And if there's any questions at all about this build besides what I've told you, please post down below. I'll try to help you out as much as I can. And I just want to sign off by saying we lost a great guy in the model building community, Chris Cortell, Classic Plastic. We wish him and his family the very best, and we pray for them. Chris was a great guy. I didn't know him personally, but he was a great builder. He was a builder of all trades. He built everything and anything, from ships, planes, models, to sci-fi, to figures. Chris was a really nice guy. I've known him. I was one of the first people I subscribed to, and he subscribed to me. And yeah, I should wish his family the very best. A lot of prayers to them from the model building community. And Chris, you always be in our hearts. And check out Chris's YouTube page. It's still up. And Chris gives a lot of great advice and great tutorials on builds. And he always said he always built more than he never really just built cars. He built a lot of things. And you could learn from Chris's videos. And we wish Chris's family the best, as I said. And rest in peace, my friend. And you always will be remembered here in the model building community. And I hope you all have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.